Hello, I'm back again, Diane, with a video of a Disney Smash book. I showed this book after I had made it, and we did our trip to Disney back in November. Took me a while to get pictures printed, but I got them printed, and then it took me a while to get them in a book. I had so much stuff collected that it was intimidating me to actually get started on it. But I did, and it really got put together a lot quicker than I thought it would. So this is the cover. I didn't do anything different to that from when I showed you the video. And this is just a headband that I use. Black and white polka dot headband. Perfect. And I didn't do anything here except write the dates that we went. And they sent us stuff in the mail after we had, booked everything. And this card that came in the mail said the Hubert family's incredible vacation, so I had to put that on there. Cut her out of another piece of it. Cut this out of it. Just attached it all to the front page. This is just a little, also a piece from that. Talks about the magic bands and the different things that you use the magic bands for. Put some things in the pockets. Now I still have to add some stuff to this. I'm not quite finished with it. And I have to write on the journaling cards because I haven't done much of that. So I've got all these cards in here to be written on. But I spent 2 days after work working on this book, smashing in it, because I wanted to get it done so I can get back to my junk journal projects that I signed up for doing swaps. So I just worked on gluing stuff in, so now I have to work on writing. These were also parts of the mailings. Has the dates here, your important dates to remember. I love that picture, so I put that in there. And these were pictures of our resort. We chose one of the economy resorts because we weren't going to be there much. We were spending our time at the parks. So I keep dropping stuff. All right, this is Luggage Tag that they sent us. This is just a little pad that was a little notepad that was in our resort. It says Walt Disney World at the bottom. So I just wrote a tiny bit about our trip. There's a few stickers throughout the book. This was a little envelope that came with our magic band box. They send you the magic bands a few weeks before your vacation starts. And we had used some of these Disney gift cards, so I just tucked a couple in there. Off the internet, I printed this checklist for the 3 parks that we went to. We went to Magic Kingdom, Epcot, and Disney Universal Studios. Not Universal, Disney. Oh, well, we'll get there. Used to be called MGM, but it's not MGM anymore. So those are the 3 parks we went to, and I printed the checklist for it and just marked off the things that we did. So I glued that on, and these are just pieces left over from the collection that I used to make the book. And I wrote day 1 and day 3, Magic Kingdom, because we went there 2 days. And then this was an envelope that came with one of the mailings that they sent. So I included in here, these are the things that came with in the envelope. So I left them in there, and then my Magic Kingdom map and times guide I left in here. And I had more than one of the maps from each of the parks, and so I cut up one to glue that, to put that on there. A sticker here and a picture of some of us at the Magic Kingdom where we actually went through the gates. We got through one gate, but I think there was another gate to go through. And then my grandsons got to meet Buzz Lightyear, and I used some stickers here. My daughter and I. And I got to meet some of mine too. I was just like a kid. I met Tinkerbell and Mary Poppins. Got their autographs. Now my mother used to collect, years ago, stamps, and she loves Disney. So she had a book of Disney stamps. It wasn't full, it wasn't even a quarter full, but there were a lot of stamps in it, and she gave it to me because she thought I would use it for things. And she said she didn't mind if I took the stamps out and put them in my books. So my Disney stamps are in this book. Not all of them, but the ones that would go with pictures that I had. So that was a good way to put them to use. Small World is one of my favorite rides. My husband hates it. Some of the other people in my group hated it too. I think I'm the only one that loved it. Well, my 5-year-old grandson loved it too. So he and I went on it once with nobody else. But I went on it a couple other times. I think I went on it 3 times. So anyway, I loved it. So I put a couple pictures of that in here. These are Small World stamps. And a few years ago, when my daughter went with her family, without us, to Disney World, she had brought back this little tablet. I don't have it handy to show it to you, but it has replicas of old Magic Kingdom tickets with the names of the rides on them, and the back of them is journaling, little notepads. So I used one of them just here as a decoration because it says it's a Small World on it, and this one I journaled and used one of the stamps as a little tab. The Little Mermaid show, I think I put this in the wrong section. I think that should have been in the 3rd park that we went to, but that's okay. There's Teddy, my grandson, on the carousel. He's 5. He didn't like a lot of the rides. He didn't like most of the rides, so I went on some of the mild ones with him, like the carousel and the Small World. And I love this picture of the carousel with the castle behind it at night. So this journaling card was cute to use for this. It says who, what, where, when, and why. So who was Teddy and Grandma. What, Prince Charming Regal Carousel. Where, Fantasyland Magic Kingdom. When, November 2015. Why, we love carousels. And I do. I love carousels. I also love the princesses. And this was the parade. So I got pictures of some of the floats. We didn't get a very good view. We had, of course, people in front of us, and they would hold their camera up right in my view. But, you know, I got some. Not quite a few, actually. There's Rapunzel and Frozen and Merida and Ariel. And Mickey and Minnie. So I put it on this Mickey page. I put some Mickey stickers on. I use my Mickey washi tape. And there's Peter Pan and Wendy, so I use my Peter Pan stamps here. Put some bling up there. This was one of the little shops. This was also from the place that I can't remember the name of. It used to be MGM. This is a little shop called Mouse About Town. I just thought that was cute. And we went to the wonderful Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. So there's my grandsons, and then I use my Winnie the Pooh stamps. I use my Cinderella stamps here for Cinderella's Castle and Prince Charming's Carousel. So there's Cinderella stamps here. Another picture of the castle. I love taking pictures of the castle. There's me with the castle. Because you see it from all over the park, and you just get all these different views of it. It's really neat. And then the Pirates of the Caribbean. We had gone to Disney World 13 years ago. And since then, they had updated a lot of things. And one of the things that was different was Pirates of the Caribbean, because Johnny Depp wasn't in it 13 years ago. But at the end, there was this animated figure of Johnny Depp, which was pretty cool. And then outside, there was an actor doing a show for the kids. Did a great job. And there's a pressed penny of Pirates of the Caribbean. I did a pressed penny for each of the 3 parks that we went to. And the Epcot one, I can't find. It's in my craft room here somewhere. I'm sure I'll find it when I clean up. And my husband and I didn't get our picture taken together. We just have this one picture that somebody took for us of us sitting on a bench with Minnie, and I don't even know who that is. It's not Walt. It might be Roy Disney. I don't know. That's the only picture we have of us together. So I put this on this page that says you and me. And pretty castle at night. That just took my breath away. And they switched it to that. So gorgeous. Some journaling cards in there I can write on. And then we have Epcot. There's my checklist for Epcot. We had never been to Epcot before. This was only our second trip to Disney World, and we had only gone to Magic Kingdom and MGM. And there's another piece cut from the map, the guide map. My grandson turned 5 on the day that we went to Epcot. This page had this card that I had glued on, says Me and the Mouse, and we didn't get our picture taken by the statue of Mickey Mouse either. We did the last time we were there, but we just didn't. It's so much more hectic, I guess, when you're there with other people. When we went before, it was just my husband and me, but we were there with my daughter and her family, and she has 2 boys, and so it was just kind of hectic. We just did a lot of what they wanted to do and tried to do some stuff that we wanted to do. We had fun. We just didn't get everything in. So anyway, I didn't get a picture of the statue of Mickey or anything, so I just glued all this Mickey Mouse stuff down here. This was a little card I picked up in one of the artists' shops there. And this was Under the Seas. This was a really cool area with the aquarium and a Nemo ride, and my grandson did some sort of a quiz on a computer, and they could email the certificate to people. So he emailed it to me, and I printed it off and put it in my book. And then my husband and I walked around the, I forgot what it's called, but the part that's all about the countries of the world on the other side of Epcot. My daughter's family didn't do that because the little boys would not have been thrilled with it. So we just broke away and did that on our own. And there were princesses in some of the different countries that I got my picture taken with and got autographs in my book. So I love Alice in Wonderland. So in England, in the United Kingdom, I met Alice. I had to stand in line quite a while to meet each of these. So that's what our time was spent doing. We walked from one country to another, stood in line, got a picture taken, and then walked some more till we got to the next one that had a photo op. I used my Alice in Wonderland stamps here, some of them. In France, I met Aurora, and in Germany, I met Snow White. And I used stickers to put these things, the places and the names. And there's a picture of the Eiffel Tower. Pretty. And then the globe is lit up different colors at night. So, got some pictures there. And then I have a pocket here. There's a Hollywood Tower of Terror that belongs in the other park that we're going to go to next. But I put in my map, my times guide, and this ticket for one of the rides that we did. It's heavy duty, and we thought we were supposed to give them back, but there was no place to give them to, so we brought them home. And these tickets for me to ride on. When I went to, well, I didn't ride the Tower of Terror. That is not a ride I'm interested in, but it's my husband's favorite ride. So my grandson and I were in the gift shop waiting, and I bought this tablet that has this paper in it. This is the size of the paper. And the pages have, I don't know how many different icons. Whoops, I'm not showing it to you. At the bottom, the Hollywood Tower Hotel drop-in. And other, I think one of them said elevator repair. Some of them, they just had different icons on there. So I used some of them for journaling in that section, in this next section of the book. And I'll use them for junk journals too. Disney's Hollywood Studios, that's what it's called. So I don't have anything on this page yet, but there's my press penny from Disney's Hollywood Studios. And I cut that off of one of the guides. And there's my checklist. We got to, and there's another one of those Hollywood tablet pages. We got to go into this room where we got to watch America's Funniest Videos. It's my grandson's favorite show, one of his favorite shows. He loves it. So we got to watch the finalists for the grand finale and then vote on who we thought should win the grand finale. So that was really fun for him. Well, for all of us, but he was thrilled. And they got to meet Phineas and Ferb. Another of those papers that I can journal on here. Outside of the Great Movie Ride, there are celebrities' handprints and names. And I love Neil Diamond, so I put my hands right in his handprints. My husband took my picture. There's another of those Hollywood Tower of Terror icons. And I loved seeing the Beauty and the Beast live show. And then we went to Toy Story Mania. That was something new that we hadn't seen last time we were there. Had fun there. And then it was in November, mid-November, so they had all the Christmas lights up already. This was fantastic lights. Amazing. And then I just added some more pictures here at the back. I had extra pages. There's a picture of my little 5-year-old grandson meeting Goofy. Them outside of the Muppet area at Hollywood Studios. This was from an old Hollywood book that I used when I made my Hollywood junk journal, and I saved this one and a Snow White picture, and I turned them into journaling cards. I saved them for this book. Our resort had images from Fantasia in one of the sections, so I used my Fantasia stamps here. I received this in the mail after we got home. It said thank you. And it has this really cute drawing of Mickey Mouse. It says, thank you, your pal Mickey. It says, Hubert Family Vacation 2015. So that was great. These are just from an old calendar that I had on, I don't even remember, it probably at least 10 years ago. No, longer than that. But I took them off. I had them all on my wall in my other craft room, and when we moved, I took them down, and I put them, just these 2 pages, Snow White and Cinderella. I had to trim them down. I hated to cut them, but I had to trim them down to get them to fit, and then I put some in the books I made for my grandsons and my daughter, too. So I didn't do anything to those pages. They're just in there because I like them. And here's my Snow White card from the Hollywood book, journaling, and I used Snow White stamps here. And there's another picture of me with Alice, a couple more Alice stamps. We didn't get our picture taken together, but there's me and there's my husband standing in the same spot, taking each other's pictures. So I wrote I put on that little scrap there that says you and me. I've got to add some stuff to these pages, but there's a picture of Pinocchio in the parade. And I added these Pinocchio stamps. And I've got to add some more stuff to these pages. But I put Cinderella and the Prince from the parade on that page. And then in the back I put this little autograph book that I had made. Just used a pamphlet stitch and used scraps of my paper. And I got these autographs. There's a couple of stamps in there. I did have stickers on the front that says autographs, but they all came off while I was toting it around, so I'll have to decorate the cover of that. But for the most part, it's done, and I just have a few little touches to do to it. Thanks for watching. Bye.